Hi guys, welcome back to another 351 video. So today we're filming a video on red flags topic and we're going to be discussing red flags, yeah. So we're going to start off by our list of red flags. We all prepared a few red flags and we're going to have a discussion about it. So let's start from there.
Okay.
Should we define what a red flag is first?
Yes, you do it then.
For me, a red flag is something where if that person has that trait, a red flag means it's a reason for me to sort of not or justify not being with that person.
Like a sign, right? That maybe
Something that deters you from being with someone, having a relationship with someone.
But we're mainly discussing about red flags in terms of relationships, not
yes,
friends, right?
yeah. In terms of relationships.
Things we don't look for in a partner.
Yeah. Okay, the first one I wrote is a guy that does nothing in life or has no goals. Because I feel like this is a pretty big red flag because one is like a more or less a thing that it's really hard to change. Because it's like you don't have any interests and it's also really hard to talk. There's no like things.
Why do you keep on saying
Like it has to do with them. It's not something that you can really change their mind. Besides, if they're like they start lying to you that they have these goals. Because it comes with them.
So it's mainly that person's ambition.
No
He's not really ambition.
Yeah, no ambition, no goals. You know, he's just like living life. And I feel like I've been on a date with the guy that he didn't really have any ambitions. And like I would try to have a conversation, like ask him, but what are you working for? Like what he has a job, but like what do you want to achieve? Like it's not something
he has no goals in life.
Yeah, so I ask him questions and he cannot give me anything. You know, he doesn't know how to talk because there's nothing that because when someone's passionate about something, you can just go on and on about his passion and yeah.
So the red flag is he's not ambitious and he doesn't really have a purpose.
In life, yes.
That's a red flag. But it's different when it's someone who actually doesn't know like what they want to do and someone who chooses not to have an ambition.
But someone who doesn't know. Because if someone doesn't know, then he's also
someone who's like not debating, but like in between what he wants to go forward with.
But
I think
but he has ambition. Oh no, but that still has ambition. Yeah.
I think what she's trying to say is there's people that are always looking for something that excites them, and then there's people that just don't look. They don't care.
Exactly
they're not interested, and they don't want to find anything that will give them joy or to work towards. They're just like living life like this. But there's people that are constantly trying to look for things to like and do. But I'm talking more about the people that really have no interest.
Yeah,
because it's really hard to talk to them.
Yeah.
And eventually conversation dies like pretty fast.
It's good to mention that it's a red flag to you because there are people that don't really have that much ambition and they should be with other people who have the same view of life. Because maybe you are ambitious, you want this life, and then you have to find other people that have the same sort of vision and ambition.
Yes.
They can match your ambition, that you're both pursuing something. But then the person who's not pursuing something then...
Yeah, it's like a red flag to me because I am ambitious and I'm always looking for the next thing to do and to achieve and to be better.
Yeah.
And you want someone who's ambitious, who can push you.
Yeah, and we can
work together.
Work together. Yes, build together. Yeah. Because it's kind of like if I'm the only one with ambition, it's like kind of I'm like dragging him, and it's even harder. You know.
Yeah,
like
you're
really
both pulling each other away. One wants to keep on improving. The other one is sort of already comfortable and just wants to live life. So
I actually have an uncle and aunt. So my aunt is very ambitious and they're very successful, right, financially. But they actually get along really well. So my aunt is really ambitious, but my uncle isn't like that ambitious. Also because he feels like they're at a good stage in life. Yeah, I think it's just an interesting counterpoint because they have a pretty nice family.
No, yeah. But I feel like for me, more is I don't really like to do things alone. So I feel like I like that support system. I like to feel like my partner is also working to become better because I don't like to do it alone. It's like I like the company.
To your point, I think this red flag episode, there's a caveat of we're saying this, but it's all circumstantial. We may find someone that probably has this red flag, but all of the positives outweigh this red flag. So it's very circumstantial. We're all single.
Hypothetical.
Yeah, it's all
Hypothetical.
hypothetical, and we're just saying this out of we're single. So what's something we're not looking for in a partner? But life is complex. We may find we're in a position where maybe that person has that certain red flag, but it will not stop us from, if she's the one, to keep having a relationship.
For any red flag.
For any red flag,
Any red
yeah.
flag, not this one
So-
specifically.
Disclaimer.
But I feel like I couldn't move past this. But yeah.
Okay.
Should we do one red flag each?
Yeah,
it's
we're
not
doing
just-
one
yeah,
red
we're
flag
doing one
each.
flag each. We're not paying attention.
I am paying attention, just confirming.
Okay.
So the first red flag I've written down is someone that doesn't take responsibility and always makes excuses.
Oh, that's a really good one.
This is something I wouldn't be able to look past.
Do you have any like insight, experience?
So not direct experience, but I have a friend. Okay, so his ex-girlfriend was like that, and whenever he talked to me about it, I would think, yeah, this is definitely not a trait that. This is
Yeah.
definitely a trait that I would want to avoid, because they don't take responsibility for what happens, and because of that, they don't see that they need them to improve.
Yeah.
That it's their thing to fix.
I think this is also related to like people who always think they're right.
Yes.
People who always think they're right.
I think it's more of people playing the victim. So everything is not their fault.
And they make
Yeah.
excuses.
So they push responsibilities away.
Yeah.
And if responsibilities are not theirs, then they don't have control. If you're saying, oh, it's this fault, his fault, then you have no control of what happens to you. You need to take responsibility and not play the victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've talked to, I don't want to
Yeah,
expose, but I've
but
talked
it's
to my
okay.
sister about this, that sometimes she, can I say?
Yeah, I can say
Yeah,
it.
you
So
say it.
basically, we were driving to Lisbon, and I was saying that, like, oh, my parents educated me like this, or they treated me like this. That's why I'm like this. Like, I'm a bit spoiled. And basically, I was like blaming my parents, giving excuses for myself. And my brother said, then he stopped playing. And that was the first time I feel like that I actually felt what you said. So he told me, like, stop playing the victim. Like, you're old enough. And if you think that what you're doing is wrong, don't blame your parents, just change. And bro, that really hit me. Like, I told you.
Yeah.
And I started crying, and then that actually really hit me so hard. And I feel like I've improved. Or maybe I haven't really improved, but I now, if I start playing the victim, I can like stop myself and be like, okay, like let's stop. If I really want this to change, like I have to put in the effort to change.
It's all about awareness.
Yeah.
When you are aware of it, and then you can identify you're in this situation, oh, I'm playing the victim,
Yeah.
then you can act on it.
Yes.
So, but is that what you meant?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what she was saying is also like a red flag.
were
Always
you
wanting
saying?
to win.
Like when it's a relationship and one person, it always has to be in the way of that one specific person.
Yeah, like
Like
they
it
don't
always has to be
compromise.
my way, and they
Yeah.
don't compromise.
Wait, that's
Yeah, that's,
That's
a
a big red
completely
flag.
that's a completely different thing. That's
yeah, that's another
Whoa.
red
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah, what
kind of
he
spoiling my stuff.
meant.
What?
Kind of spoiling my red flags.
Oh, whoops.
Summarize your point again then.
Yeah, so people that don't take responsibilities and always make excuses, to me it's a big red flag, because then those kind of people, they're not willing to improve themselves so that they don't make the same mistakes, or just to improve themselves.
Yes, but then again, it's circumstantial. So maybe if you told that person out, imagine you really like her, and then you told her out, and what if then she realizes and she starts to change?
Yeah, the red
Because
flag
people
is
can change.
the red flag is if they're not willing to.
Yeah.
to-
So
for
like you've
anything.
told them
Yeah,
before,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they're still not willing to change, and
Yeah.
they still make excuses.
communication and how that person resolves conflict. For me, a red flag would be to delay the conflict, just push it down and not resolve it. So I think in all collaborations with people, communication is key, and especially in a relationship, I think if the relationship only works if we're good at communicating and resolving conflict. So there's no two perfect people, and every time they combine each other, they have to sort of adapt to each other, and there's going to be conflict and friction. And how we deal with that thing, I have a particular way to deal with things. When I see a conflict, I just like to talk about it straight away and get it done and have sort of a conclusion. And someone who just pushes it down, oh, it's okay, or really is somewhat delaying the conflict, for me, it's a red flag. Because I've experienced someone who doesn't want to deal with it right now, just wants to push it down and leave it for later, but that's not really the thing because it's always going to be in the air.
Yeah.
I think when something is left undone, the anger doesn't go away. It's stored somewhere until we talk about it.
Yeah. What you like to do is, like, if there's a conflict, don't push it down or don't delay. Just talk in the moment and try to resolve it by talking and not like being petty.
Yeah.
Or like.
And people sometimes say, oh, but this conflict is so small, it's okay. No, it's not okay.
Yeah.
If it's small enough, you can deal with it faster.
Yeah. And
Just
if
deal
it's
with
bothering you, like, you should say it right away.
Yeah. So that for me is a red flag.
But that is also something you can change.
It is. It is something I can change,
Yeah.
and I've noticed that my way of communicating, resolving conflict maybe is not the best. It's not ideal to, in the heat of the moment, trying to resolve it.
Yes.
Maybe we can also
Cool
do a
off.
pause and anything, but still willing to come back to the conversation, even though it's painful. It's worth the investment of sacrificing now a bit of uncomfortability, but then in the long run, you don't have that thing coming up again and again in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, people usually say it's better to like wait after an argument or conflict, wait it out a little bit after both parties.
Because
have
you're too
cooled off.
heated in the moment if you.
And then you're gonna say things you're gonna regret.
Yeah, and words that you don't mean.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
All
what
been
I've-
there.
Yes. Okay.
My red flag is a bit different from these three, so I'm just gonna say it anyways. So the first one is when he hides his phone,
Ooh.
or when she hides her phone, and just like. I'll just give it a random context. Imagine you go on a date and the guy like puts the phone the other side down. Sometimes I think it's a red flag because he's trying to hide things that are popping
No,
up.
I think putting it down is not hiding it
Yeah.
because it's like so it doesn't distract you.
Distract.
If
I
it's
do
always
that.
like lighting
I also
up.
do that.
Okay,
But I
actually,
think it's more like an example that I had was
pre-dating or when you're dating.
or pre-dating or even dating. I feel like this is such a green flag. Imagine he's driving and then someone texts him and he just gives you your phone like, can you reply for me? And he unlocks it and gives
But I
it
feel like
to
that
you.
should be the standard. But there are guys or girls
Yeah,
who are
they-
very picky with their
Yeah,
phone.
they're very picky. Yeah.
And it looks like you're hiding something. Even if you're not, if you start acting that way, it's very weird for your
Yes.
partner and you feel really insecure in a
Yes.
way.
Because it actually seems like he's hiding something
Yeah.
from you. It's like he doesn't want you to see something.
Yeah.
So your point isn't necessarily that he like puts the phone
No,
down,
it's
face
not.
down.
No.
It's that
When he
he's very mysterious about his phone. He likes to keep
Too
it a secret.
mysterious.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
That
big
is a red flag. That's a major red flag.
Mm. If he's mysterious about it, there's definitely a reason behind it.
Yeah.
He wants to keep it that way.
yeah.
A guy that doesn't make an effort or shows interest to get to know your friends and family.
Big
Damn.
red flag.
Yeah, this is
It's like a sign that he doesn't really care about you or is not seriously committed. Because like I feel like your friends and family are like the closest people to you.
Yes.
And they're gonna be in your life forever. And if your partner doesn't show interest in wanting to know them, it's like he wants to have a separate life from you. And if we're in this, if it's to be for real, like we're in this together, and it's really important that you know every aspect of my life and that I know every aspect of your life, and I'm interested because I want to get to know you. You know. So I feel like-
Another red
Go. Another.
Another red flag related to that is like when it's vice versa. So he's willing to get to know your friends and family, but when it's you meeting his, he's like a bit like, he doesn't really want, not really want, but like he's not actively like, this is my family, these are my best bros, come with us, you know?
Yeah,
when it's
he's
only
like
one
wanting
way,
to keep. It's the same thing. Like him wanting to keep his life separate from you.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Or like there's a third way of looking at it, which I thought you were gonna say was if you're interested, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want you to meet his family and friends. That's also a red flag.
Yeah, that's a huge. Okay, not a huge, but
that is a really
red
big
flag.
one. Though.
Like if it's in the beginning and he's like, I really want to be sure because maybe like his family's very important to him. Like I understand, but if we're in a serious relationship and we're taking the next step and it's like,
yeah.
But I feel like it's such a green flag when it's like right off the bat. You know, he's like willing to like invite you to hang out with his friends. He wants you to know like his
because
circle.
that is very, how do you say the word, like reassuring to you.
Yeah,
you feel very reassured, like, oh, he really really likes me.
Exactly.
And the fact that he's willing to put in an effort to meet your friends, be friends with them, also
try to talk to them,
try to join the group, and I think
that's
green flag.
When you said that red flag, I just thought of, not personally, but friends that have girlfriends that they don't really. It's not that they don't bring the partner, or I don't know if the partner doesn't want to come, but a lot of times seems that my friend's partner doesn't really have an interest in
knowing
us, and
and that says a lot.
Yeah, that says a lot when the partner's just, oh, you go, I'll just stay at home.
But sometimes we don't know the full picture. Like we might think it's one way, but there might be other intentions.
Maybe they don't feel welcome.
Yeah.
We never know.
But definitely, if the relationship is serious and that person is not willing to put in an effort to get to know your friends,
and
I would say, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
So trust, someone that doesn't trust you, right? That's obvious, but I made it more specific. So someone that doesn't trust you around friends of the opposite sex.
But there is a reason why, though. If they don't trust you, what do you mean?
No, because I think, at least from what I've seen, a lot of people that don't trust their partner around the opposite sex is because they've probably had experienced that kind of thing. Wait, actually, is that really a red flag?
No, I want to say something about that. So, I saw this girl on TikTok. She was saying that if you get hurt and you break up with them and then you meet another guy, you should give them like full blank page because you owe it to them, you know. But normally, sometimes, most of the times, when imagine the girl, like you think that she's very like rational, and she's getting jealous. It's probably because she has a reason to.
And it is a red flag if a guy thinks that his girl doesn't trust him around female friends when he thinks it's okay. That's kind of a red flag too for the girl.
Yeah, so why I said this was because my ex-girlfriend, her friend texted me asking for help with her homework because my English is really good. But her friend's English isn't that. It isn't good. And it was just that.
But why is her friend texting you out of everyone? Why can't she text another guy? Why does it have to be her friend's boyfriend?
Because they're like Chinese internationals and their English wasn't.
But why didn't that friend ask your girlfriend to ask you?
Because we've hung out before, like all of us together.
Then I guess it's
because we're kind of friendly already. It's not like I hadn't ever talked to her.
Well, but maybe it's not that your ex-girlfriend didn't trust you. Maybe she didn't trust her friend.
Or maybe didn't trust both.
Or maybe she didn't trust both.
But that happens a lot. Like it's pretty common for girls or guys to get jealous when those scenarios happen.
But was it like very jealous, or was it like crazy jealous, or it was just like a bit jealous?
She got upset over that, yeah.
But then you talked and then you resolved it, or it was like pretty
No,
dramatic.
why do you think she's an ex?
Was it dramatic?
It was kind of dramatic, yeah. Especially in my mind because she was just asking for help for an essay, and she knew my English was really good.
But that's your perspective. When you look at it from a girl's perspective, okay, if I was your girlfriend, I might think, she wants to start creating conversation. Like for you, it might just be help on homework.
But you guys are dating.
Yeah, we're dating, but this other girl might have intentions.
Because they're really good
You
friends.
don't know.
friends.
They're good friends. You don't know what she's gonna do.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Imagine, my English is not good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine you have a girlfriend, and your girlfriend's English is not that good, and then she texts your friend, like direct message.
Yeah.
Hi, can you help me with my English homework? Doesn't that seem kind of flirty?
In his scenario, no. But when you have a relationship, there has to be.
Same scenario.
It's not the same scenario because her friend and his ex are really good friends, and they've hanged out
Really
each
good
other.
friends?
They've hanged out each other together, so he's also friends with his ex's friend.
Yeah.
So it's not unnatural to just direct message. What if we're already friends and we've talked before? Why do I have to text his ex to text him when I can just text her?
Yeah.
Like if we're so good friends and we trust each other, why would she think otherwise of me texting the boyfriend? Because they're already official. They're a couple. Why would there be so much? Why is there? A
Okay,
thing?
I get your point. I really do get your point. But in his scenario, okay, she could have been a red flag. This scenario could have been a red flag because he didn't show anything, and he's not that type of guy. Like, come on, we all know. But what did you do after? Did you still help her with her homework?
Oh, afterwards, no, it didn't happen. Yeah.
Damn,
talked
what
to my
kind of
girlfriend.
friend is your ex?
Because after my ex-girlfriend talks to me, yeah, it just didn't happen. The help.
So you
And
just
I
didn't
forgot exactly what happened afterwards.
But you
'cause it-
basically respected your girlfriend because she was uncomfortable
Yeah,
with it. Even if
yeah.
it's the right
but
situation,
that is
if she's
the right
uncomfortable,
decision.
it is the right decision.
Because if you still have helped her, bro,
When she
No,
got
red
of course
flag for
not.
you.
yeah.
But the thing is, okay, I guess in that position, if he would have helped her, it would have been not good. But the thing is, if we go back a bit more of why did she have that insecurity in the first place, isn't that sort of, I'm not gonna say a red flag, but she's either bringing her baggage
Yeah.
from before or she doesn't trust him. And if she doesn't trust him, why are they dating? Because if you're dating, you should have sort of built a strong foundation of trust where you don't really get affected if he's helping your girlfriend in something, right?
Yes,
If you're dating, you should probably already have built trust where it's not really a thing to
Yes,
be
and in that
angry
scenario,
about.
I agree. In that scenario, I agree. But there's other scenarios.
Yeah, of
But in
course.
that scenario, I do agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
so-
also feel like we shouldn't dismiss your girlfriend's feelings.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
definitely, yeah.
When you get to that stage, it
Yes.
was right for him to
To
just
not help.
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
It goes a bit back, similar to what you said, the first one about taking responsibility, and mine is someone who isn't grateful.
Ooh, that's such a good one.
I think someone who lives a life where everything is deserved,
Mhm.
and
She feels entitled.
that person is not, entitled and not grateful for the small things, the big things, and just not grateful in general. I think that's not really a happy person. I think when you're not grateful, at least for me, I get somewhat of a negative energy of someone who feels very deserving of stuff.
Yeah.
So that
Run away.
would be a red flag of someone that I wouldn't want to be around and also have a relationship with.
Yeah.
Of course, we all have our goals and purpose in life that we need to strive for, but along the way, you somewhat have to be grateful for what you have and the position you're in.
Yeah,
So I think, someone who isn't grateful is a red flag.
it is.
But I don't think you would even be friends with someone who's not grateful in the first place, right?
Touche,
Right?
touche.
So, yeah.
I don't want to expose.
Okay. My next red flag is when he says she's just a friend, or when he or she says he's just a friend, and then you just know they're not sometimes. Like there are so many guys that say, she's just a friend. Like even from like Instagram, she's just a friend. But then there are other intentions behind.
But isn't there a lot of cliche of she's just a friend is not a friend? A lot of times. Maybe
Yeah, it is cliche, but it is a common red flag.
So what would be the alternative if she's
imagine
actually
a friend?
What would that person say? How can they say she's just a friend without saying she's just a friend?
I think if you're having
No, I-
doubts about it, it's like us. If we doubt, it's actually because we feel like something's there.
Yeah.
You know, like we have a feeling.
And
And
you
it's
should
like
trust
we-
your instinct.
Yeah.
And it could be
Yeah.
like a past thing, but if imagine the worst is if there was something and he says she's just a friend and she
Oh.
doesn't,
Oh,
he
yeah.
hides the fact that there was a past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like
That
you can
is
be
really-
friends. Can you be friends with your ex?
No.
Depends.
Depends on the ex, yeah.
But
That's also a red flag.
Yeah. being
an
friends
ex.
with the ex.
But yeah, back to your point, she's just a friend. If you feel like she's not just a friend, I think in general, most likely you're right that she's not just a friend, because we're good with our instincts and sixth sense that we can feel there's tension or something isn't very friendly there. Maybe there's
Yeah,
something going
there's
on.
something-
But then there are guys who like to manipulate the girl or the girl to the guy, and then they make their partner think she's just actually my best friend, you know. And then you're dating this person all along, and then sometimes when it ends,
Bam.
bam,
Oh.
bam.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
Okay, so that's what you mean. She's just a friend. Oh yeah, she's just a friend. You break up and then she's with the. She's
Yeah,
just a
but
friend,
you already knew from your instinct. But because
Yes.
of your partner, they sometimes like manipulate you. Like you don't even know
Yeah.
when they're manipulating you like emotionally.
But this is a red flag
And
that
then
you
you start
don't really
believing.
know for sure. Then it's hard to, you know.
So the red flag is just
The having a girl best friend, guy best friend thing.
so that's
Oh,
the red
do you
flag.
believe
Not
that-
she's just a friend.
Yeah,
Because-
Yeah, but you
Because that's
believe
the
that
generic.
guys and girls could be best friends. There's a saying
I
that
don't
they
think
can't.
so.
There's
Think
one thing
it's
that's
true.
like I believe, but one of them has to be ugly.
Yeah, I know that
yeah.
one. I know that one. That's true. Like
mean,
I just feel like male and female. At the end of the day, there is no like ultimate best friend.
But imagine the best friends yours are like, hey, who's ugly from the two of us?
Because it's normal for humans, you know, when two people are somewhat attractive and they're female and male and they have a really close friendship, you know, like someone's gonna end up developing
Feelings for the other.
feelings for the other.
It's
Yeah,
the hormones.
it's the hormones. Like,
Did Tanya say already?
Yeah, she's just a friend.
Oh, yeah.
She's
That's the best friend.
She makes it so specific, but then there's the
I
actual
will-
red flag is behind it. Because she's just a friend. How can that be a red flag?
No, but she explained it.
Yeah, that's an example. Yeah.
A person that's very perfectionist.
hey,
In what sense?
And like it's not like that,
OCD,
not OCD, it's like
near OCD.
that it's like, how do I explain, like everything has to not, I wouldn't say because I like to live life a bit more like whatever, you know, like I eat in the car, I you know, stuff like that. I'm more like
You
I like
get
to
a
do
car.
things. I like to do things
That's
like
fine.
more rushed, more fast. I'm not very
You're like half perfectionist, half living your life.
yes,
But you don't want to.
I don't want to, because when you're with someone that's super perfectionist, like you do something and he comments on it. And it's
Hey.
just let me live, you know, just
For
let me do
real.
things that I want to do. Like why does that have to be like every time a certain way? Like if this time it was like this, it was because it's easier, more convenient. Like what's the, you know,
Yeah.
but there's some guys and girls, like they really pick on the thing, and it's like, bro, chill.
Yeah.
You know, like life is not supposed to be that, like, you know, it can be a bit like life is not black and white.
It's a rainbow.
It's you know, I was gonna say gray, but whatever. Yeah, it's a rainbow. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but like small things like around living. For example, if you lived with someone, and then that person's very perfectionist, like it's really hard. I
don't think that's perfectionist is the word then.
It's
It's not perfectionist, is it?
yeah,
That's
so
more
what
like
is
it's
it
like
OCD.
No, it's not
Someone
OCD.
that's very rigid.
No,
some-
but
Has his own way. Doesn't
Has
like.
to be their
no.
way.
For example, there's this is a. I'm gonna give an example. Maybe it's not perfectionist, but imagine something arrives and you have to build it, right? And there's the instructions, and then there's the people that just wing it. I'm the person that just wings it, and if I need help, okay, I'll look. But there are some people, they get the book and they're like, okay, let's see if there's everything first.
Submit man.
and then, okay, first step, this,
But you know, sometimes these opposites really go well hand in hand. Because one person's like this, the other person's like this, and then you have to find like the in between. But when it's too different, that's another thing.
No, but this isn't a small example of what I mean.
Yeah.
So like, there's in other things like cooking. Cooking is a major thing as well. I feel like there's people that just, like my dad, he just goes like, shh, you know, like, and it tastes good, you know, and it's fast and it's practical, you know. And then there's people that's like, okay, let's cut it. Even pieces.
3 grams of sugar.
That's white people cooking.
That
Asians, they just like
Asians
they
just
just straight out of the
eyeball
bottle,
everything.
straight out of the bottle.
That's also a thing. This is small examples, but because I feel like I get really annoyed. I get annoyed easily. So like for me, this is a red flag.
Red flag, getting annoyed easily. Damn. Okay, true.
It runs in the family. It runs in the family.
Damn. But yeah, I definitely felt a bit targeted with this red flag because I'm the one who doesn't let my sister eat in the car. It's just because I like to keep the car clean.
Okay, but you can clean it afterwards.
But, okay, I don't want to bring our family feud onto the podcast, but every time I go into your car, crumb, plastic thing, cup of Starbucks, napkins, bottle of
My
water.
car's like that too.
But it's okay because we balance each other out, and then he just throws it out for me. It's like me and my mom, we leave things in the car, and then my dad and my brother, they're like, let's show this to the Like, me and my mom are the people that, imagine, like, we hate putting in, like, gas. We hate.
Yeah,
So, when this car doesn't have gas, we just drive in the car.
Oh my god.
yeah, then we have to go.
My mom also hates doing that. So it's always my dad putting in the gas.
It's like let's just say the tires,
The tire
the
pressure,
windshield water,
Yeah.
like all those things. Like me and my mom, we just leave it for them.
Damn.
I'm actually
Because
quite enjoying doing that.
I
After
actually
doing it
like
for the
changing the
first time.
tires,
Changing
not
it.
the
Putting,
the
yeah, it's
pressure.
fun.
That's kind of fun. And then I feel like such a boss lady. I'm like there, you know, and I'm like, hey, are people looking at me? Boss lady.
Where are the cameras at?
Hi.
Okay.
Someone who's not willing to compromise on things.
But we talked a bit about that.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Have you ever any like experience?
Gonna bring up
Story
your
time.
Wait, I don't even know what you mean.
So
Compromise.
So
Yeah,
they
but-
always wanted to have it their
Their
way.
way.
And why I think it's red flag is because, well, it's gonna be really hard for two people in a relationship to always agree on everything. So there's always going to be different opinions and different ideas on what to do and how to solve problems.
And the
Yeah,
only
I
way
think
to move past that is someone has to compromise or they meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And then what he's saying is, imagine the girl can compromise. He has always to be the one to compromise.
Mhm.
And that's not fair. Like a relationship is supposed to be fair.
And it won't work out. Like it won't last
Yeah,
long.
it
Yeah,
won't
it
last.
would
Because there are
become-
lots of relationships like that.
If you do that, the party that always has to compromise, long term, it's gonna be really frustrating and it's gonna build up and it wouldn't work.
Relationship is a two-way street.
Yes. Mr. Analogy.
It's not an analogy, is it? Someone who doesn't know how to apologize.
Oh.
Like
that
when
is so
someone
true.
doesn't admit they're wrong, there's something wrong with that person.
Ooh.
No, and
Yeah.
like, especially when they're petty about it.
Yeah,
No, they're
but
like, okay, fine.
especially when
Mm.
I really don't like when someone, I've never heard that person say sorry. Because it's impossible for you to be right all the time. And for you to get better, you need to sort of admit fault and apologize. oh, I was wrong here. I'm sorry. And I keep on striving to apologize when I've done something wrong because I think that's where the learning process comes in. It's when you admit guilt, you know that you're wrong, you know what you did, and then you sort of rationalize how you can improve and change. So if my partner doesn't really apologize when she's wrong, I think it's not clear that she's admitting guilt or that she really thinks that she's wrong.
Well, what if she understands that she's wrong and she gets that she's wrong, but she doesn't apologize, but she changes?
If she no, but I think really this is really a step process. You have to go through the phase of admitting guilt and apologizing
Verbally.
verbally or with actions, but you can feel when someone is sorry. If someone isn't sorry or doesn't apologize, I think
not sorry.
it's hard for me to believe that she's actually admitting that she's wrong and she's gonna change.
Yeah.
So someone who it's hard for them to apologize, it's a red flag for me.
Wait, but you didn't answer her question exactly.
Okay.
So she said, what if she doesn't say it verbally, but she changes her ways? Like,
Is that
she never
acceptable?
makes the same mistake again,
Yeah.
or something like that.
And you're seeing it. You're seeing the change.
Yeah.
I think that is a sorry
Okay,
through action.
I
Maybe-
think he would be like,
maybe-
"No."
Okay, maybe then it's not really apologizing, but admitting guilt.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
more admitting that they're
Yeah.
wrong rather than saying the word
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Rather than
Yeah.
the I'm sorry, but the apologetic moment has to happen.
Plus points. Plus points if she says she's sorry.
Yeah, plus points of sorry. I think I really like the word sorry. I don't know why people have this thing of sorry is a bad thing, but I think apologizing is so good for you. Like there, maybe it's
Yeah,
just
it's-
cliche that sorry you're admitting defeat or something, but at least for me, apologizing is such a good way to grow. Like you're wrong, you apologize, you now know better, so you're not gonna do it anymore. So saying sorry is the first and last time
Yeah.
that you say it. So I think it's a good thing. So
Yes, it is.
Hey, my red flags are so cliche.
really,
It's
say
okay.
it. ChatGPT.
No, I wrote it myself.
Okay.
When he follows more girls than more girls than guys, and then related to this is like when he follows a bunch of girls that he doesn't even know, and they don't even follow you back. You're just embarrassing yourself.
But what
and
if
you
he
look like a
unfollows
clown.
the girls after he's in the relationship, like in a more serious relationship with you?
All of the girls?
All of the girls that he followed for like other purposes,
What purpose?
then it's fine.
like
But-
she's pretty,
Ah,
like people that he doesn't know. No.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Like
there are
if you-
just lots of girls and guys who just follow these girls and just keep them around, you know,
Yeah.
and like to see what they are. And for them, it's just like, I'm just following. But it's content that you're consuming every day.
Mhm.
And when you're in a relationship with another person, I don't think you should be reminded that, oh, this is a chick that I met in TSQ 3 months ago. This and that.
The only content he should be consuming is
It's
you.
you.
Right?
Okay, no, you can follow other girls too, but it's just
like
like,
friends and like
friends.
people
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
know.
Okay, what about celebrities?
That's fine.
celebrities is fine too. But like those
Depends.
people
it depends.
who are not celebrities but they're hot and you're just following just to look at her tits and her ass, it's a bit like, why are you even following?
It is.
Damn.
And lots of guys do this, and it's
I
such a
agree
turn
with
off
her.
for girls. Like girls look through your following, they do the check.
Wait,
They do the
girls,
check?
They do the check. At least I do.
they check through.
They check through all of your following to see what you're into.
Okay,
But you
and
can't-
guys
all.
too.
I don't think you can do that now on Instagram.
Yes, you can.
You can look through all of them. No.
Yes,
No,
you
I
can.
think it's limited.
I think it gets limited.
No, like you follow
Well-
500, I can see the 500 people you follow.
If you
can.
follow
You
that,
can.
if you're
You can.
friends,
Take a
maybe
bet.
you can. I don't know.
No, I don't need to bet. No.
No, but I agree with her. It's
Yeah.
like it depends
Such
on the
a red
people.
flag.
Like, and I feel like it depends on the celebrity too. Imagine they're like porn stars.
And only fangirls.
Yeah.
Nothing against only fangirls. But
No,
like,
nothing
it
against
says a lot
anything.
about the
It's
guy's
just-
interest.
Yeah. No, it's just like you can do that when you're single. You know, completely normal, completely
Yeah.
fine. But if we're in a serious relationship, I would expect you
To
to
unfollow.
unfollow without me having to say anything.
So it's even a worse red flag if you start dating and then he follows.
What? Oh, not like that. That's not even a red flag anymore. That's a problem.
And
That
then,
is the actual problem.
then
Like,
she
break
follows
up.
back, and you're like, "Who is this chick?" Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue.
Who is this chick?
Hey, roleplay.
Super high body count.
It's normal
Okay.
I think it's normal, yeah.
Yeah, you can say.
because this is personal to you.
Yeah, I feel
Right.
like people that have a really high body count, guys or girls, I shouldn't say this. I feel like they're a bit like whatever and like to play around and have less self-worth, and they're not good for me. They're not good for a serious relationship.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
But then I think once again it might be subjective because what if you meet a guy and then he has somewhat of a high body count, but he's really good to you and he wants to settle for you. Like he wants to go forward with you, and just like from this day on after you guys meet, like it's all about you.
I don't believe that because I believe that it's not impossible, but I feel like guys will never completely change for a girl. They will change for themselves. And if he says that he's doing this for me, I don't believe it.
No, what if
one
he's
day
doing it for
eventually,
himself to get you, to pursue you, and he has a high body count? Are you just gonna dismiss him? You're not gonna dismiss him.
If everything else checks and that's the only thing, first I feel like if I knew that and I knew that this person like really goes around, I wouldn't want to get to know them in that level anyways. But if it happened and then I came to find out and I really genuinely really like him and I feel really secure around him and everything, and when we're together like he doesn't look at other girls and his attention is like fully on me, and I would feel like that I trust him and I feel safe, I would probably test him.
What test?
No action for like 3 months. If you can do it,
You passed the test.
you pass the test. This is an example. I don't know how the test would be.
What's a high body count?
I'd say like more than 20.
Okay.
That's considered high.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Because like I do understand, like people when they're like, I understand, but like sometimes people when they're young, like things happen, like they go out, they get drunk, like I know, so I don't want to put it too low because I don't want to judge someone just because of that. But I feel like if it's maybe like more than 20, that's a bit much. Even for
I'd agree. Because I'm your brother, and wait, at least it's my opinion of you, but for you, maybe sex is sort of. Wait, hey, I lost the word, but
Sacred.
sacred, yes. Okay, thank you. It's sort of sacred, and then people who have higher body counts take the sacrancity away from. I don't know the word. I don't know.
But
the
we
word.
get the word you're trying to get to.
Take away a bit of the sanctity.
No, sanity.
No,
Not
that's
sanity.
not sanity.
Just continue.
Sacredness. Anyways, take away a bit the sacredness of what intimacy really is, and then when you have it with that person, maybe it's not as sacred as you thought because you have always the thought in your head that he has a high body count, and I think society now has taken away a bit of this special thing, I guess, of intimacy because people are
more out there.
more out there.
Promiscuous.
Yeah. So I would agree with that. And for us, I would say it's the same thing for a girl.
Yeah.
What's your number?
Damn it! But the thing
No,
is,
not your like what like.
but for a girl, I can't really say because every situation is different. If she has a body count of 6, but she's had 6 boyfriends, you know, but then 6 boyfriends is another thing.
Yeah,
But
that
it's
also
all-
says a bit
it's
about.
it's all circumstantial. I can't really put a number on it, but if it's too high, then it's sort of a red flag for me.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
But then I feel like double standards does not lie when we talk about this situation because guys expect girls to have low body count and blah blah blah. But when it's for girls to guys, like guys can have body counts plus 20, plus 30, and they're still getting these girls. But it doesn't work when it's vice versa.
True.
Which is reality, and I'm pretty sure most girls know it. But in a way, it's not fair. But it is what it is.
But also, I don't want to say I get it. I don't want to be
Yeah, there definitely are double standards when it comes
No,
to
in this
body
topic,
count.
there's definitely double standards.
There's a lot, but
Especially with the body count topic.
I mean, but Tristan Tate has a really good story about this.
Go.
It's okay, go.
So
I'm actually interested.
he's telling a story of if a guy goes into, but he's only talking about the perspective of guys. So
Mhm.
the girls, it also applies. There's no double standards, I think. But a guy goes into the supermarket and then tries an apple for the first
Oh,
time.
I know the story.
How does he know if it's good or not? He doesn't. He has to try 10 more so that on the 11th he can already know if this apple is good or not. So this is about apples, but it's not about apples.
So
but
it only applies to males and
no,
not
it
females?
doesn't.
Wait,
It doesn't.
Let
but
him finish. It's
yeah.
not done, right?
It is done. Basically, on the 11th, only on it's a theoretical number, but only when you've tried enough apples will you know if the apple is a good apple or a bad apple. Because if you only tried one, there's no way to know if it's good or not.
But in this situation, I think when you have feelings for a person and there's like another level of intimacy, not only like sexually,
Mhm.
but like emotionally,
Yeah.
that part of a relationship is also gets better, and with time it also gets better because you start to know what you two like and you experiment new things. And when it's always with someone different, you don't really get that. It's just like, okay, just for now, pleasure, whatever, then bye.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
So
Okay,
it's like
okay.
there's a
Okay, then we're talking about different. Yeah, we're talking about different things. I was talking about relationships, like having girlfriends.
yeah,
and-
but you don't have 20 girlfriends.
No, but you. It's hard.
No, but
now
I do get what you mean.
to be with one and know if her traits are good or bad without
Mhm.
comparison.
Yes.
Because if you have this, yeah, basically that it's about. And when you were talking about that, you were talking about emotional, the feeling of thing. But then I think really loving someone is having the emotional connection, but also the rational connection.
Mhm.
So you know that her traits are good on a rational level. She's kind. You know that she's kind because kind is a good thing. But then you also have that vibe that you really like, the energy that you can't explain, its emotions, its feelings. But then it's also good to have the rational part of she's kind, her actions are good.
Mm-hmm.
So having emotional and rational are good. And I think the rational is only by experimenting. It's by trying apples and then know what's good, what's bad. Because you can look at the apple
Basically,
and have
my brother wants me to be hoeing around.
No,
Trying out.
no. But imagine, this analogy is quite good. Like, you look at 10 apples. You say, this one looks so good.
We already understood the apple story. You said it 3 times.
Okay, but the looking at it is the emotional part, but tasting it is the rational part.
Wait,
So
why
you're
is-
saying we should taste different apples throughout our lives until we find the right apple. That's basically what you're saying with this analogy.
No, he's saying that we can only
Taste a few apples, okay? Not 10 apples. Taste a
No.
few apples.
he's saying that we can only be sure if we know that if we have had
Taste it.
experience before.
If you
And
can
that's
compare it
true.
to something.
Yeah,
That's
if you can
true.
compare it
Yeah.
to something, exactly.
And I think it's good not the only tasting apples, but like meeting different people and just like, you know, everything related to relationships, trying different things.
Yeah, so that you know what you like, because one thing is idealizing something, but
yeah,
imagine you actually meet that perfect person. Maybe they're not
exactly.
what you thought because you're just
Exactly.
thinking in your brain.
Yeah.
So you have to experience new things, see what you like, what you don't like. But it could be all with the same apple. Why would we be holding?
It can't be with the same apple because you'll only taste like certain features of that one apple. It has
What
to be different apples.
What if the apple from that tree is poisoned? You need to try an apple from another tree.
We went from A to Z. What are we saying with the
Pink apples.
Okay, I think this
Okay,
conversation
you're
is
right.
done.
Okay.
Someone who's too reliant on others.
So needy.
Not necessarily needy. Someone that's just really reliant on others. So
That's a
they
bit about expecting you to do something. No?
About expecting, what do you mean?
Let him explain.
Alright, sorry.
You guys
So when I say reliant, it's for example, they need help filling out a form, and instead of googling it themselves, they come asking you for help.
Don't
You
guys
see my
like,
eyebrow raising up.
Why are you looking at me like that?
don't guys like that though?
Some guys used
To feel like they're needed.
Yeah.
Some guys really-
Some girls do it on purpose so the guy can feel that male instinct
Because
kicking in.
listen,
and going, oh,
we don't need no man, okay?
Whoa.
We make you feel like we need you.
God damn.
Really, you think that's the case? Do women actually do that?
there are lots of like
Some women do that. Some
Lots
women
of
do
women
that
do
because
that.
they're used to, and some women do that on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
maybe to talk to you or to
to be
you know,
more
like get
feminine.
yeah.
Sometimes they can open themselves, but instead of doing that, they go, can you open this for me? And then the guy inside, you're like, ooh,
What
so
a
much
guy.
fun. Let me
no,
go.
but
And
it's
then
not.
you feel good.
No, but it's not that kind of thing.
I think it's like when he's saying like extreme.
Always relying on
Extreme.
other people. Like everything I have to do, please do it for
like
me.
physical stuff. I think it's completely fine, right? Because guys are naturally stronger than
Then
girls.
what's the non-physical thing?
I think what he's saying is like if it's like too exaggerated. Because sometimes it's like because we can do it ourselves. Sometimes I think are you talking about like lazy people?
Not necessarily lazy, no.
But like to like extreme point, like they ask you for everything. One thing is sometimes, one thing is every
Yeah,
time. That's a bit
yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, that
And I
is.
get that.
Do the girls agree that this is a reasonable red flag?
Yeah.
To an extent.
To an extent.
Yes.
Someone who's not curious and isn't always striving for continuous learning. Hey, so
It's kind of related to the point that
Yeah.
she made earlier on, basically.
about what?
About ambitious.
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 It's the
Okay,
same
then
thing.
let's just put it out. Someone who's not curious, someone who's very content with what she knows and isn't interested in new things. Or I'm reading this book. Oh, this has a really. No, I don't want to hear it. Like I think someone who's curious. I'm very curious, or I'd like to think I'm very
We
curious.
know.
I want to know about a lot of things that are happening all around because
Especially
I'm a
our
curious person.
private lives.
Okay, that's not the. Okay, but if someone isn't really curious, and I'm somewhat wanting to be with someone also curious because I like to try out new things, and if that person is only doing these kinds of things and not experimenting with other things, there would be a lot of friction.
But
So
what if she thinks that she stands on the belief of the curiosity killed the cat?
what?
What?
Curiosity killed the cat.
There's a saying,
Yeah,
curiosity
there's
killed
a
the
saying.
cat.
But I don't.
Imagine she you know.
But I don't think this is a red
Curious.
flag.
I'm joking.
This is more of a personality trait if she's curious or
I'm
not.
joking.
Explain. What's curiosity killed the cat?
It's just a saying that
When a
came
cat
to
was too
mind.
curious,
And then he
it
gets
kills-
himself killed.
Oh.
Yeah. Because
but I don't think it's
No, but
like
I'm
in this
joking, I'm
context.
joking.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot in I think I've heard a lot in movies. Like someone gets
No, that's when like someone's too nosy about something.
too nosy
Yeah.
And then you say this quote,
Yeah.
curiosity
Yeah.
killed the cat.
Yeah.
No, but I'm joking. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, but it's just someone who's not curious. I think I always want to try new things, and if my partner doesn't want to try new things or isn't really interested,
They wouldn't
I
be
feel
your
like
partner.
I wouldn't be that curious anymore because I would want to, she wouldn't want to, so
Yeah, you like to experiment new things and you want a partner that
yeah. And also be curious about my life. I'm somewhat
Yeah,
weird and I
that is
have weird
true.
tastes or weird interests. Like, just listen to my crypto portfolio, please.
Hey.
Nah,
Hey, that's too boring.
Hey,
Come
hey.
on, no one wants to
Red
hear my
flag, red
crypto
flag.
portfolio.
Okay. But yeah.
That's okay.
My red flag is mainly for guys when they don't take the lead. Even from earlier stages on, like talking stage, when he's just more reliant. It's like the thing about relying on you to make some sort of plans and he doesn't really take the initiative in certain things. That's such a big red flag.
That's such a big
Such
red
for males.
flag.
Maybe for female, not really for
No, okay. I think for us, I think we think the same on this aspect is that we're entrepreneurs. So
Damn.
like
Drop it.
at work, we have to be masculine. We have to do everything. We
Yeah.
have to be the boss, you know? And then when we were with our partner or at home, we want to be in our feminine energy. We don't
Yeah.
want to, have to think about it because we already do that at work. And I feel like for us girls, it's very important for us to feel like we can rely on someone. We can and be in our feminine energy. So we want a guy that takes the lead at home.
But this is more of this is also has to do with preference because some girls
Yes,
do
yes.
like I don't even know what girls, but some girls do like girls
for sure.
guys who don't take the lead, let's say.
Yeah, but for us, I'm talking about us.
Yeah, for us.
Of course, this is not right or this is not wrong. It's just what is right for us.
It's a bit too late to say, but when you said we're entrepreneurs and then we have to be masculine, are you saying 9 to 5s are feminine?
No. We're just saying our jobs are more like we
No.
we are in our masculine energy.
When everyone's working, we all have to be in our masculine energy, right? We don't want to be stepped all over. We don't want to when everyone, guys and girls, everyone has to be not only entrepreneurs, everyone.
I was
but
joking.
you have to put your feet down, But when you're at home, you just wanna. You don't want to think, what are we gonna eat? Sometimes the guy could take the lead on a date, for example. Hey, it's so hot when guys say I'll pick up at 7. Wear this. Ooh.
Yes.
You don't have to think. You just be ready at 7.
But then there are certain people, aka my sister, where I'm like, let's go here. Hey, here! No! And I was like, okay, then let's go here. What? No, I don't want that. Then I'm like, then where do you want to go? I don't know, you
I
choose.
think there's a trick to find out where your partner wants to go.
my
You know what I'm
God.
talking about?
I know.
Everyone knows.
I know.
You know or not?
We
Okay,
all
say
know.
it.
No, you say it.
No, I don't know it anymore. I can't remember.
Yeah, me neither.
What the hell?
Okay, I know what it is. Which
Go.
is, we're in the car,
Yeah.
and then you're like, hey babe, you know where we're going?
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, and then she says it.
And then she
you're
says
like,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we're going.
yeah, is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's such a good trick.
Yeah, I've had that. So I give a bunch of suggestions and everything, but she doesn't like anything, and it's actually really tiring.
It is
Because
tiring.
girls deep down, they know where they want to go, but they don't want to say it right off the bat.
It's
They
No,
expect
it's-
you to guess it or,
No, I get that. That is true. But I also mean I feel like I would really like for my partner to plan a day or an activity, Just be we're be ready and do this. I'll be really excited. And even if maybe I didn't enjoy that much, just that surprise. I really like surprises.
The intention.
So just that, and the intention. He put work, he thought through it, and yeah.
But wait, for the video, we're not saying we expect this all the time. At least in the beginning phase, I would expect the male to take the initiative and the lead for all this.
Yeah.
Later on, it can be somewhat
bit
of a
of both,
split
yes.
and a bit of both.
But I'm not saying all the time. Yeah, for example, sometimes there doesn't have to be any special event or whatever. It's just a normal day, but out of a sudden, he makes it interesting.
So you like spontaneous.
Yeah, a bit, not too much, but yeah.
We're going skydiving, let's go.
Oh, I actually really want to do it. You've done
You
it.
should. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, you were like, with the wind.
But that's a good one.
Wait, I remember you were like, hey!
He told me to do those.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, pasu da.
Oh my god.
I died, I hit the wall. Yeah.
You hit
next
the
up.
wall!
Because it was recording
Yeah.
the whole time.
Wait, how'd you do the wall?
I have both of my hands. I can do whatever I want.
How'd you do it in the camera?
This.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
We
I
should
don't
go
think
skydiving. I would go again.
I only saw Shaq's video.
I would go again.
Yeah, Jacques was real. The wind was his mother.
He was the first one jumping off the plane.
Whoa!
Big up, Jacques.
Wait, but still on the topic of guys leading. Sometimes guys, they also don't want to be too pushy, so they might be afraid of trying to initiate too much.
One thing is initiating or not. There's no in between too much or not. You're either initiating something or you're not.
Because imagine, so he invites you over to a date,
Mm.
And then he's kind of hoping that the next time you will take the initiative to ask of, oh, you want to go out for something.
Why is he
For
waiting
the second
that?
date.
Yeah, because the guy doesn't want to feel like he's trying to force something on you.
But I feel like most
Because-
girls would expect a guy to text them about the second date.
Like, if I feel like if she's willing to go with you on the first date, and if it goes well,
She'll-
she's waiting for you to
And
ask
she'll
her on
make
the
it
second
known
date.
that she wants to like see you again. Only if she goes to you,
Like,
then it's
but if she goes to you, okay.
over.
But imagine she gets home and she's like, "Hi, I'm home. Really enjoyed it today." Like,
Yeah.
this is a really good sign. And she's probably waiting for you because one thing also about girls, it's they like the feeling of like the romantic, like Disney princess movie style, and they like to be like, how do you say, like for guys to, you know,
Pamper.
live up to their
no, just like a bit. That
Just a
fairy
bit, like,
tale
romantic.
thing.
Fantasy life.
and not just like you like some guys, I don't know, want to hang out in my crib. Like, what the hell is that? That's not even a date.
Yeah. No, but I feel like girls expect you to ask them
Mm.
out
Yeah.
on the second date.
Take notes,
Yeah, if girls give like good
hints.
signals and
Yeah.
hints, then yeah.
If
She's
there's no
not-
hint, that's a sign she's not interested.
But if she's interested, like trust me, she's probably at home
Waiting for you
waiting,
to
like
text
literally
her.
waiting.
Now you know.
I know.
Nice.
We've prepared, the guys prepared one red flag for each of the girls, and the girls prepared one red flag for each of the boys.
I'll be honest. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I'm not reading off my notes.
Okay.
Whoa!
Okay, so this is all for not entertainment, but also constructive criticism, because we haven't heard these red flags, or maybe we've heard, but not for a while. So we welcome the red flags with open arms, and hopefully there won't be red flags anymore.
Because should we go in this order then?
Okay, I'll start with Fleet. So I think Fleet's red flag. Fleet's red flag might be a bit too bossy sometimes. But I think it's also a good flag, not necessarily a red flag. Only when it's like too much, it might be a red flag. But when it's not too much, it's also constructive because you might hear things that you don't really want to hear, but it's good for you. And he's probably doing it for your interest, good
For your own good.
for your own good, and not because he's trying to be mean and bossy.
I think it's a red flag. The red flag, why we associate this as a red flag to you, is because of the way you do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But why'd you make it into sort of a justified red flag? But I get what you mean, because backstory, the four of us are starting this podcast, and we're sort of taking this into more of a business. We also want it to be entertaining and having fun with our friends, but we're sort of also trying to make it treating it as a business. So we set up, we organize, we plan, and then this week especially, I was too bossy and got a bit. So back to what you were saying, I was bossy, but in a bad way. Because there's bossy, you can be bossy, but still very empathetic and really encouraging, or you can be very aggressive. And I felt that I was a bit too aggressive to you this week, so I'm very sorry.
It's okay. I accept your apology.
And I accept your red flag. It is true. Sometimes I get too intense,
Yeah.
where it's not really needed. You can really take a different approach.
Yeah, like the outcome is the same. So the delivery can be
Why are you smiling?
No reason.
okay. Moving on.
Yeah, the outcome is even better if you're a
Yeah,
good
the
boss.
outcome's better, yeah.
The other person would feel way better. But
Yeah.
do you have anything to say? You were smiling.
No, I was just looking at Sonia. She looked kind of funny.
Okay.
Okay, Sonia, what's
I want
Vash's
to-
red flag?
Oh, Vashko's such a nice guy.
Oh my
It's a bit
god.
It's a bit hard to think about red flags, but for Vashko, maybe
Wait, you didn't write it down?
No,
She
because
did.
I don't have a lot of red flags. I don't have any red flags for Vash, actually. But I would
Oh,
say
damn.
a red flag for Vash might be that.
Don't hold back.
I have so many. Can I say? Vasco, pushover, people pleaser.
You can go through your.
Okay, go. Then continue if you already said.
Pushover, people pleaser,
Mm.
perfectionist. Love
Wait,
to
wait,
research.
don't list it.
I'm
Explain,
sorry.
so he learns. Let the guy live,
Just,
bro.
just getting me. Just roast me. Yes.
Because there are little things, you know, and like there's kind
People
of like good.
pleaser is
No,
a
no,
real
no, no.
thing.
Sorry.
I know.
Musty. I feel like because I feel like you hold everything in.
Mm.
You know, sometimes you need to stand your ground. Don't let them like push you over. Don't be such a people pleaser. Because she
Yeah.
can't think of any red flags because you are a really good, nice guy, but you're too nice. You know?
I don't think I'm that nice.
But he has stood up for his ground, like when he raged.
When you raged at
When he
me,
raged.
he broke my hand, bro.
Okay, but the red flag I have for Vash, because these are not really red
Yeah.
flags, I feel like.
Wait, so you just listed
Sorry.
for entertainment purposes?
Just to roast me, yeah.
Okay, my red flag for Vasco is that he's a bit of my definition of perfectionist.
Ooh.
Because I feel like it just annoys me a bit when I say or we say we want to do something and then you have to like research very deeply about it. And sometimes it's like
That is
such
true.
an easy like it's something very small, you know. It's good. It's good because like you want to get the best possible thing or you want to make a good decision and not regret it. I understand, but I get a bit annoyed because I like fast.
Okay, I
No,
was
thank
actually yesterday thinking about red flags for Vashkan. It was quite hard because, as I said, at first it was like ambition and exercise, but you're working on that. But I guess this is also would be a red flag for me because I remember. Oh, I remember. Me, you, and Guang, we went to a trip in Nazare or just a village countryside for a weekend. We were in the supermarket and I was like, yo, I really want to drink it. Let's buy this. It was Sunny Delight or something. He picks it up, looks at the content. Bro, this has 16 grams of sugar. Are you crazy? And then he puts it back. I was like, bro, let me live. I just want to drink Sunny Delight.
This is what I mean.
I was like,
Okay, that
bro.
would be his red flag,
Yeah.
I think.
He just takes, bro, 16 grams of sugar. Are you crazy?
No, but like I do get it, you know. But for me,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't like that. For
Yeah.
me,
I think that in moderation, just not all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's not
in
necessarily a
moderation,
red
yes.
flag.
But one good thing about having Vash, at least in the podcast, in
Yeah.
our team, he's really good at researching and getting the best out of making a decision. So I think the three of us, we mostly wing things. We just go with our instinct, oh, this looks good, and then we just get it. But then it's good to have Vash because he really balances out of, for example, we're going to invest in microphones, and Vash is going to get us the best or research about the best mics and get us the best equipment for the purpose that we're doing, which is
And
the
the
podcast.
budget.
And the budget.
Yeah.
And the three of us, we mostly would just go into a
Whatever.
website, check a bit of reviews, and then just buy. So, although sometimes it's a red flag of 16 grams of sugar, but it's still good having him around because those decisions are better when he's around.
Yes.
No, after that trip, and then we talked about it, I actually thought about it, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's a bit too much.
Yeah. Okay, so my first one is the knee. And you already said it, because I do think you're a people pleaser. And a lot of the times, it gets away in your happiness and your enjoyment. Sometimes you sacrifice your happiness is a strong word, but sometimes you sacrifice your peace of mind to satisfy others. And
But I feel like she's improved a lot on that in comparison from the
think
last
I-
years. Now she's like changed
Maybe.
a lot.
yeah, but
She's not a people pleaser
But
anymore.
what I would say is and the red flag in the relationship, I would want because being a people pleaser has its good things. You're very nice to other people, but sometimes when it matters, I think you should also be a bit more selfish and really take care of yourself without don't compromise yourself to the point that makes you really unhappy. So I think
No,
having
but I
this
get
control,
that in a relationship, how that would be a red flag. Because like you're having a relationship with this person,
Mhm.
and then she's like, you know, like being sad to satisfy other people that are not even that you don't consider even that important. Let's say.
and it's so painful to see
Yeah.
that person
I get that.
being unhappy but helping others. I think I wouldn't be able to take that. Like, I want to be able to protect you, and you're not protecting yourself in a way.
Whoa.
Okay, but
So deep.
Okay. And then the one to Sonia. I was gonna write this one, but then I thought it's not really a red flag. It's just a nick. But do you want to hear it or?
Go.
Okay. So you listen music in your car too loud all the time.
Wow.
Every time.
Wow.
Okay. First of all, thank you for like taking me places, you know, and stuff.
Mm.
Because I don't have a car here in Lisbon. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times she takes me to places, and every time I get in the car, it's just blasting music. It could be like anytime. I haven't been to her car inside, and the music wasn't blasting. And then every time I tone it down, it's like, no, it's my car, it's my car. And I'm like, yo, does she ever? Okay, then question to you: do you ever listen, like?
Yeah, I do.
you
Sometimes
do?
I even don't play music.
Okay, then.
Just does it to annoy you.
Maybe, but just my experience. Every time I go to car, it's just too loud. But yeah, that's the ick. But
Wow.
the red flag is a messy room. I know you're working on it, but yeah, I think a red flag for me is untidy room. And it's not to say that you're unhygienic or anything, because you are. It's just that you're sort of unorganized in that sense. Do you?
I
do you
agree. I agree.
But I know you're working on it, so it's good. But yeah, I think I really like to have things organized and know where everything is, because a lot of the times I'm like, Sonia, where are
But
the
you know
keys?
that's how like girls' brains work a bit.
Maybe,
It's
yeah.
like messy, but you know, and then when people clean it up for you, it's like I don't know where anything is anymore.
Organized chaos.
But I should
Organized chaos.
work more on my organization.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm the finisher.
Yes.
Hey, I didn't say Fleep's red flag. Let me,
Oh, yeah.
let me
Yeah.
say
You didn't
Fleep's
say
red
it.
flag,
Okay,
and then
what's
you can finish.
Yeah.
Fleep's red flag is that I don't know if he loves, but sometimes I feel like he likes to have unnecessary arguments especially with girls.
Yeah.
Stop arguing with girls.
Prime example just now.
Like, you know, sometimes it's so unnecessary. Just let them be.
Yeah, I get that.
That's it.
But with guys as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
But
so
like with
unnecessary. Why am I?
guys, it's like you're on the same league, you know? But like when you're arguing with the girl, it's like, bro, chill out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Makes sense. Whew, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm done.
Master
Forgive
argument.
me.
You're forgiven.
Okay, so off the top of my head, start off with Sonia then.
I don't want to be the last one.
I just think Sonia is just a bit, like the vibe you give me is that it's just a bit chaotic. Like I feel like it just feels a bit unorganized. The way you do things, and I mean I feel like I like to do things more organized and in a timely manner, but no, that's pretty much it.
But she gets things done.
But in
I'm sorry. I feel like from all of us, she gets things done.
not according to Fleet.
No, I.
Not according. Okay, but this video is too long. We'll talk
Okay,
in another
okay.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't speak anymore.
No,
Next.
but one thing is, we're 9 to 5, so we sort of have these blocks,
Yeah, it's
and then she's
different.
more of a 24/7, so she has so many things going on, so it's sort of organized chaos. But from our
I feel like
perspective,
I'm like her.
from our perspective, it may seem a bit chaotic because it's everything in its place. It's unorganized, but yeah, it's either
And if we compare us two, you're very organized. I'm very on the other end.
Yeah.
If we're comparing like side to
Especially
side.
because her job, like she works lunches, dinners, and then she has like in between spaces. So it's like, yeah, she's a bit all over the place, but she gets things done.
Does make sense. And then for
the knee.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Where's
put-
my list? I'm so
Let
sorry.
me whip out the list.
I'm so sorry.
The list I wrote down for her. I have like 8 points. I'll choose 2 of the 8. No, I'm joking. For the knee, I think I also get a bit of the same energy from the knee as Sonia. Like you're a bit more impulsive and you just go with what you want to do in the moment and what you feel is right, without maybe considering all options and all consequences. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it.
Would
Does
you
make sense.
rather?
Yeah, let's go. With
Me, no. Yay.
Just give a brief introduction about the.
Oh,
For the viewers
okay,
who don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. So every episode we do a would you rather, and we have to answer, but we cannot explain. So we each wrote a few down. These are mixed. Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather lose your memories up to this point, or never be able to make new ones? Ooh,
Whoa,
that's so
who wrote that?
hard.
That's so good. Who
Lose
wrote
my
that?
memories at
You.
this point.
Who wrote that?
I think it was. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
it
Wait, you can make memories in the future.
So lose
Lose
your
your
memories
memories.
up to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lose your past
Yeah.
memories, all of them, or never be able to make new ones.
But how do you
So
never
it's like
make
you're a
new
fish,
ones?
like a Nemo fish. You never.
So like
never
you
have
live a day and then and then when you wake up you forget about
Oh,
I
the
thought it was
previous
more
day.
in the context like
so it's
from
like you
today
always-
on, there's no more memories. Like you just know from the past.
I think
Yeah.
Lose my memory from before. Easy.
But
answer.
how do you not?
So it's like you live the same day every day.
You live with the same memories every day.
So like up until now, this day is always repeated to you, because you only know what happened from this day before. So in
Yeah.
a week, you only know what you remember from this day before. So you're always living the same day.
And then what's the other one? The future.
You lose all your memories up until this point back.
Mm.
I already answered.
Same. That's Sonia.
You still
Wait,
have so
memories?
much to live.
Wait, in memories in the sense of but you know how to speak.
Yeah.
But you don't know who
You're-
anyone
You're
is.
still you. No.
Yeah, like you forgot about everything you did before,
Like what I learned.
your life experiences.
But what I've learned. Do I have to go to school again?
Am I the only one confused about this question?
I think if you put
I
it
don't
too
get
deep,
it,
it's
bro.
very
How do you
confusing.
lose the memories from the future?
No, you don't lose memories from the future. You can't make any more memories.
Okay, you
How
either
can't you not make any more memories if
You
you're living
sleep.
different
You
days?
sleep and you forgot this day. You sleep and you
you
forgot
have
this
trouble
day.
in your brain,
Yeah.
let's say. You either lose your past memories or you don't get to make future memories. One or the
Yeah.
other. Is it that hard?
Yeah, don't get it, boy.
Okay, sleep. What is the question? What is your question?
Okay, so the question is, would you rather forget all the memories from today behind or
Never
Not-
be able to make new ones.
new ones?
Mhm.
So I just don't get the new ones.
So imagine you have 24-hour memory.
Yeah.
Okay? You wake up, you have 24 hours. You sleep and you forget this 24 hours. So what you know is only what happened
Before.
Before.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't get to make new memories from today onwards. So, like-
Gotcha.
Okay, answer. You got it? Answer.
Lose my
I
memory
think
up
it's-
until this
I
point.
think it's the future because we still have so much more to live, like you said.
Yeah.
We're 24.
No explaining.
Ah,
No
yeah.
explaining.
Sorry.
I agree. Lose all my memories up until this point.
Bro, this is your question.
Yeah, I would lose my memories up until this point as well.
Okay. That's a wrap, guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of 351 Podcast. Make sure to like.
Subscribe.
Comment.
And follow us on all our social media.
And dislike if you didn't like.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.